Their defeat at the Battle of Talladega shook the Red Stick warriors who escaped the surprise attack by Jackson's army. They retreated back to their base at the Hillabees, a string of creek towns along Hillabee Creek and its tributaries.
Yeah, well, after the Battle of Talladega, there were more warriors who escaped from that battle or who retreated from that battle than really people had previously known. We know that there were hundreds. In fact, the majority of the warriors who were on the field managed to break through Jackson's army, to get away. They withdrew back to the Hillabee's towns.
In the main Hillabee town, the wounded Red Stick leader, Billy Scott, and others went to the deerskin trader and interpreter, Robert Grayson. Just 2 weeks earlier, they had burned the elderly man's house and trading post to the ground. Now they asked for his help.
The terms they advance to you are that they, the Hillabees, from this day forever, offer to lay down their arms and join in peace and amity with the United States of America, and ever to evade every hostile measure that may be offensive to the interest of the peace of the said United States government, together with any other propositions your excellency may see cause to enjoin them to. Robert Grayson, November 13, 1813.
Jackson told the runners sent by Grayson that he would accept the proposal from the Hillabees, provided that they remained peacefully at home for the duration of the war, and if they joined him in fighting other Red Sticks should he call upon them for help. It was already too late. A second Tennessee force, not under Jackson's command, attacked the Hillabees on December 18, 1813.
When General White's soldiers came in and surrounded them that morning, the warriors didn't plan to fight back. They had promised Jackson that they would lay down their arms and not fight the United States anymore. Over 60 of them were shot down and bayoneted on the ground at the Hillabee's town. The prisoners who were taken, only a handful of them were warriors. The vast majority of them were women and children. And a lot about what happened at what General White called this Battle of Hillabees by the fact that not a single one of his Tennessee soldiers, not only was not a single one of them killed, but not a single one of them even was scratched in the battle. And yet 65 Red Stick warriors were killed. That should tell you a lot about what happened there.
256 Native Americans were taken away as prisoners to Hiwassee Garrison in Tennessee. All but 29 were women and children. Billy Scott, the wounded Red Stick leader from the Battle of Talladega, survived and returned to the area after the Creek War. Warriors who escaped the massacre became bitter enemies of the white armies.
The ones who are not on the battlefield and surrounded, because there are multiple Hillabees villages, they break for the woods and they believe they've been betrayed. They go down to the area that we know today as the Horseshoe Bend of the Tallapoosa. They join the warriors who are gathered there, and they, vehemently resist the whites after that. And at the Horseshoe Bend, it's said that those warriors from Hillabee, many of whom, saw their families marched away as prisoners of war, they're among the last ones on the field at Horseshoe Bend. And if you know much about Horseshoe Bend, you know that many of those Red Stick warriors fought to the death there rather than surrender to Jackson.
Our series, War of 1812 on the Gulf Coast, turns next to the advance of the Army from Georgia. See all the episodes on our channels or at 2AgTV.com. At Hillabee Creek, Alabama, I'm Rachel Conrad for 2AgTV.